Welcome. Welcome to the Upstat Conference series. My name is Ernest Fouquet. I am Professor of Statistics at Rochester Institute of Technology, and I've been the leader of this conference since its inception in 2012 when we started in the engineering building of this beautiful campus of RIT, and the appetite for this conference grew, and the name was obvious because we are from upstate New York, and therefore we thought that it rhymes upstate and upstat. So that's how the name Upstat came to be. The annual conference of the upstate New York chapters of the American Statistical Association. So we are part of the American Statistical Association. We are very proud statisticians. And when I arrived at RIT, and it became obvious that our region was large enough for us to have a conference that will gather every single year. And it started from the idea of a simple course that somebody was going to come from the ASA from out of town to give. But after discussion, we thought, why just make it a course? Maybe we should make it a full-blown conference. And then at the conference, I thought, why make it only this year? We should make it every single year. So anyway, I'm glad that you've come across this website, and then somehow, somewhat, somebody notify you of the wonderful Upstat Conference series. And I'm delighted in this year 2023 to introduce you to all the aspects of this beautiful conference. So what's the Upstat Conference? Our intention every single year is to gather all the statisticians and data scientists in our region, in this beautiful upstate New York, the upstate part of the Empire State. And our hope is that this year we're going to have as many people as possible join us to share the work that they do in statistics at the Upstat Conference here at Rochester Institute of Technology. So the intention of this video is to answer a certain number of key questions that people may have when they come across any announcement, maybe a poster or video, somebody tells you about the Upstat Conference, and this video is intended to provide as much information as possible. I am reminded that thanks to YouTube, you have an opportunity as you're watching this video to just identify the section of interest in the progress bar. So use that in order to identify the section that is of interest to you. Thank you. First and foremost, when and where does Upstat happen? Every single end of April, we stage the Upstat Conference. So we track the Easter season, and then whenever Easter happens, we try as much as possible not to interfere with Easter so that those people who are part of that persuasion, they will not be prevented from attending because of Easter. So if this is the first time seeing anything about the Upstat Conference, you may mark your calendars that every single year around this time, around the 15th of April or the 21st of April, around those dates, the Upstat Conference will take place. And we hope that you who are seeing this for the first time or who have seen it before, you'll make it a tradition to always prepare your work to come and present at the Upstat Conference. Where does the conference take place? Well, we call it Upstat because we wanted to include all the different chapters of the American Statistical Association that exist in our region. So the intention is to have the Rochester chapter of the American Statistical Association teaming up with the Buffalo chapter of the American Statistical Association, and certainly the Syracuse chapter of the American Statistical Association. These are the three main chapters that contribute to creating this conference for our region to always have something around this time of the spring around the beautiful subject of statistics. And of course, there are many other colleges around here. We invite people from as far as we've had people come to the conference from the great Big Apple, the great New York City. We have people from all the universities around in New York City, and we have people from Long Island come here. We have people from Albany come here. We have people from Oswego, from Oneonta, from all the different SUNY Geneseo has had many people. In fact, one of the years the conference took place at SUNY Geneseo and also took place at Canisius College. And then we're hoping that people from Oswego, from other part of upstate New York, are going to be willing to participate. Of course, I should not forget my friends from Binghamton. We've had a lot of participants from Binghamton. So it's really a celebration of statistics in our region. And then even though we say upstate New York, we also welcome people from the great New York City, people from the capital in Albany, and people from, all around the beautiful, wonderful Empire State. Now, I've told you when does it happen, and I've told you where does it happen. Now, what's in this conference? As time went by, we thought the conference should become a nice venue for many of our graduate students and even our undergraduate students who do research. So primarily, we want to encourage our graduate students in mathematical sciences, that is statistics, computer science, and mathematics applied and pure, to consider coming to the Upstat conference if they have any work that they want to present that has any connection to statistics. We've been very fortunate that many PhD students have used this as their opportunity to start testing their ability to present at a conference. So we look forward, therefore, in this year 2023, to seeing many graduate students from all around the upstate New York area, but even from downstate, why not? So we hope that many graduate students and undergraduate students doing research in data science and applied statistics, applied mathematics, computer science, and anything that has to do with data and statistics and sampling and uncertainty, we're hoping that you will consider joining us on the 21st and the 22nd of April 2023 to take part in the Upstat Conference 2023. And of course, we don't exclude postdocs, PhD students, faculty members, professionals in our area who are interested in the beautiful field of statistics. So this is what we're expecting. We're expecting participation from all professionals, from all students in our area whose work has anything to do with statistical science. Okay? We look forward to seeing you at the Upstat Conference. This year, the conference will take place on a beautiful campus of Rochester Institute of Technology, our beautiful campus here at RIT. And then we have never staged this conference at a hotel. From the beginning, we decided it will be a conference that takes place on campuses, and we have not strayed from that. So if people are coming from outside of the venue where the conference is taking place, as in this year, the conference is in Rochester, then they could contact the organizing committee to get a sense of the kind of hotel and the preparation that they can have to take part in the conference for the night of Friday and maybe the night of Saturday. All right, so we covered many points, right? Where does the conference take place? When does it take place? And who is cordially invited to come? Now you know that part. The next thing is, what are the main components of this conference? Well, this conference is on 2 days. It starts on Friday, and then the main thrust of the conference happens on Saturday. What happens on Friday? On Friday, we start the conference with one of the key components of the conference. What is it? Tutorials. When we first started, tutorials were not part of this conference. But when the idea of tutorials came, it became one of the main things at the conference because the feedback from students revealed that they absolutely loved the tutorials. And this year we'll have lots of tutorials, including tutorials getting started in Python and R, and tutorials on exotic, advanced, and intermediate subject in statistical science and artificial intelligence. As a matter of fact, I personally plan on giving a tutorial on how do you start in the use of large language models like ChatGPT. I'll be presenting so many of my prompts and sessions in my tutorial to get people, educated and otherwise, to harness, to leverage the power of tools like ChatGPT. So Friday, lots and lots of tutorials. And check our website later for the update on the tutorials that will be offered on April 22nd, 2023. The second thing that happens on Friday at Upstat is a special lecture by the keynote speaker, Sometimes it may be the keynote speaker, preferably it's always been the keynote speaker so far that gives a lecture prior to the keynote lecture on Saturday. So that's the second part of it. And then we have the evening session, which is basically just social part where we mingle around some food. So Friday, tutorials, special lecture by the keynote speaker, and finally the dinner and the social where we mingle and chat and people just freely talk about the kind of research they're doing right now. But there's something I did not say that makes Friday at Upstat exceedingly wonderful. The panel discussion. The panel discussion has also become one of the central themes of the conference. The theme of the conference this year is the impact of large language models like ChatGPT on research and education. Everybody who has ears has heard of ChatGPT. Some people are scared. Some people are worried. Some people are excited. Some people are making money with it. Some people cry. Others laugh. But we statisticians, we look at it and say, let's sit down and talk it over. So we're going to invite people from computer science, or pure math, applied math, anyone who's used this to come and share around the panel discussion the impact of large language models like ChatGPT on research and education. Is ChatGPT coming to take away your job? Is ChatGPT sentient? Those are questions we'll try to find views from several researchers and professors and hopefully some students on the panel to discuss that topic. All right? So Friday is clear, and you can find all this information on the website. Tutorials, lecture by the keynote, dinner, and certainly the panel discussion. And then what happens on Saturday then? Something crucial happened on Saturday at Upstat. We start the day with registration, people coming in, because some people don't show up on Friday because they're not interested in tutorial and things like that. But then on Saturday, we have the welcome, and then people get their badges and everything. And then we have the first portion of the parallel session, the second portion of the parallel session, then the lunch, then the keynote, then the third parallel session, and then the part I really, really like, the award ceremony. So who are the people winning awards at the Upstat conference? We found over the years that one of the ways to incentivize our students to participate in conference is to hand out a variety of awards. We have Young Leadership Awards, which is given to the students who organize a session and populate it with 3 presentations. One of the presentations could be that organizer themselves. Every single undergraduate or graduate student who organizes a session has an automatic leadership award that comes with a tiny monetary prize and a beautiful medal and a nice certificate. That is the first award. The second type of awards is the award we give to our students, PhD student, master student, and undergraduate students. And this year we intend to even invite high school students because some of them are pretty good at statistics, I found out. And then in that category, there are many awards. There are awards for poster presentation. There are awards for oral presentation in the category of application and methodology. So we have 2 main categories of awards, awards on methodology and awards on application. So there's so many of them, and you can look at the website to see from the years past. You will see so many different people from all around upstate New York have won all those awards. So that's what we do at the end of the conference, a bunch of awards to our youngsters to encourage them to continue to fall in love with statistics and to do it to create the future of statistics in our nation. All right, so that's the last part. The part before it is the last session where we have different parallel sessions on Saturday. The keynote is right after lunch. And what is the lunch like? Well, usually we serve lunch in lunch boxes, and then that's exactly the way it works at the Upstat conference. What can you present at the Upstat conference? Unlike many conferences where the only presentation have to be original paper, never published elsewhere or not in consideration for publication elsewhere, we have decided from the inception of the Upstat conference that we welcome both published and unpublished papers and work in progress. In fact, we even welcome demos. If people have very interesting demo on anything statistical, artificial intelligence, anything that has a statistical component to it, we are absolutely eager and we wholeheartedly welcome your presentation. So if you've published a paper, you can consider coming here as a place to disseminate it further, like a paper that you publish in the Annals of Statistics or in the Annals of Applied Statistics on the JASA or any other statistics journal, and you wish to come and tell the world about it or the Upstat 2023 audience about it, you're welcome to submit the title and abstract to the conference chair. All this information about how to submit your participation to the Upstat conference will be present on the website. This website is beautifully functional, and we have JP Tackett to thank for it. Our webmaster is he's a lecturer here at RIT, and he does a phenomenal job rating our website in such a way that everything is very ergonomic and easy to navigate. So you can present your work in progress, and I'm saying this to all my wonderful PhD in mathematical modeling here at RIT to consider presenting. This is a beautiful venue to be a conference participant and present your work to an audience and have questions and feedback to further improve your PhD, your research work, and your doctoral work. And this is a great opportunity for my undergraduate students doing research, for my master's students, for every student doing research here to consider participating in the Upstat conference. And who knows, your beautiful work and your ability to present and the novelty in your work could win you an award at the Upstat conference. And we are very generous at this conference in the sense that there are many awards, of course. The awards are only given to the most deserving and people, but there's so many of them that opportunity exists for you to raise your work to the high level and win an award. So please bring your work, publish or unpublished, demonstration or whatever, bring it to us and let the world know what it is you're doing. And the Upstat conference is a perfect venue for that. All right, what is the next thing that I have to mention? The data competition. From the second intake of the Upstat conference, we started the data competition in the spirit of Kaggle and the other conferences like KDD conference where they always have a data competition. So Upstat 2023 will not be an exception. There will be a data competition with a great opportunity to win a lot of money and a lot of bragging rights. So we're hoping that undergraduate and graduate students will take part in this data analytics competition. The data will be uploaded the first week of April, and the contestants will have until 7 days before the conference to submit their final report. And the competition has nothing to do with minimizing some test errors. No. Those taking part in the competition have to submit a report. And this year, we will even impose a template so that it will make it easy for people to know what to do. The idea is to analyze data and showcase your versatility and your ability to analyze a very complex, frighteningly difficult data set and provide insights to the data donor as what it is that they can learn from that data set. Okay? That's one of the feature aspects of the conference. Apart from the panel discussion, the tutorials, and then the keynote speakers and the panel session and the awards to the students, the next really wonderful thing is the data analytics competition. Finally, I have to mention something very important. The registration will open in the next few hours, and then you'll be able to register for the conference. So you will find there the non-members, the student members, students participating in conference, their participation is cheaper. In years past, it was $15 for students to take part in the competition, and for non-students, it was $60 to take part in the competition. So check the website for updates. So there will be updates as in connection with the cost of taking part in the Upstat conference. I believe I have covered the vast majority of the points that are of interest. But if there's any question regarding the Upstat conference during your registration, you can always email. There will be an email address on the website where you can email for more questions. And either myself or our wonderful secretary, Dr. Catherine Grishik from the University of Rochester, will answer your question gladly. So, but I think that I have covered everything. And I look forward to seeing you at the Upstat Conference 2023 on the beautiful campus of Rochester Institute of Technology. Thank you very much.